Bubble-eyed water bugs. Bubble is a sphere of liquid enclosing air or any other gas. The eyes of the strider very much look like bubbles. They bulge outwards. Water bugs, another name for striders. The striders are known as water striders and also as water bugs. Here we find extremely accurate and extremely graphic descriptions of nature. It would appear that A.K Ramanujan had indeed taken a close look at a strider, or perhaps even viewed the strider through his microscope. The descriptions are accurate, detailed, and scientific. I feel like working out a contrast between the nature descriptions in this poem and the nature descriptions in the poems of William Wordsworth, generally considered the greatest nature poet in the English language. Here, A.K Ramanujan takes a very close look at the strider, or even views the strider through his microscope. William Wordsworth catches a casual glimpse of daffodils dancing at a distance and writes about them. Thin hyphen stemmed, bubble hyphen eyed. A.K Ramanujan, who often said that he saw himself as a hyphen, especially as the hyphen in the term Indian hyphen American or the term Indo hyphen American, clearly demonstrates his incorrigible weakness for the hyphen in this poem. See them perch on dry capillary legs. Perch means sit. Perch means rest, especially at a precarious spot. And the striders are certainly resting in very precarious places. They're resting on water. See them perch on dry capillary legs. Capillary, I think, means nothing more than a thin tube. It's a scientific term for a thin blood vessel, for example. Capillary here means thin tube. Dry capillary legs. The legs are like capillaries. It cannot be denied that this is a very accurate, a very scientific description of the legs of the striders, but the line has been mercilessly attacked by critics who point out that the poet most certainly did not write the line from his experience. The experience of the poet cannot make him aware that the insect has capillary legs, because capillary is a scientific term. The poet has written the line not from his heart but from his head, and it is a very academic head. No poet except one who is an academic would write such a line, would describe the legs of the insect as capillary legs, weightless on the rippled skin of a stream. The strider does not drown in water. The strider does not sink in water. Instead, the strider perches itself on the surface of the water. And the only conclusion that can be arrived at is that the strider is weightless. Had it any weight, it would have sunk in the water. But it does not sink in the water, which means that it is weightless. On the rippled skin of a stream, when the strider perches on the surface of the water, it creates ripples. Ripples are small waves. On the rippled skin of a stream, the poet imagines the surface of the water, of the stream, to be a skin. How else can we explain the fact that the surface of the water of the stream supports the strider, weightless on the rippled skin of a stream? The strider perching on the water is picturized by the poet as a weightless object floating on the skin of the stream, generating ripples. I would like to pause for a while and invite you to place the striders of A.K Ramanujan into conjunction with some of the famous insect poems in the English language, such as The Flea of John Donne, A Dream of William Blake, On the Grasshopper and the Cricket of John Keats, I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died of Emily Dickinson, and Long-Legged Fly of W. B. Yeats.